Welcome to the one and only Splatalot.
The magical kingdom where 10 brave young warriors go head-to-head with those despicable defenders as they compete to capture the much-treasured Splatalot crown.
Come on!
Can the defenders keep the cartridge safe from the onslaught of the attackers?
Or will the attackers overcome all obstacles in their quest to rule the kingdom? So who will tumble, who will tilt, who will teeter, and who will go splat?
He's Dick.
He's Dom.
And this is Splatalot, the mythical game show that's muckier than a wet dog in a sandpit.
And messier than your bedroom.
It's a special edition today because our final will take place at night. But don't worry, we won't scrimp on the splats.
Yes, no one has ever accused us of splat scrimping.
No, we don't intend to start now. What's a splat scrimper exactly?
No idea.
The show starts with all 10 attackers trying to cross the merciless moat.
The fastest 6 will then attempt to ditch the dungeon.
The 4 who survive that will then compete in our nighttime final for the right to claim the Splatalot crown.
That crown looks even more majestic in the moonlight.
Well, we've got a long day and 3 rounds ahead of us before anyone claims it. Here's the moat challenge in more detail. The attackers start in the splatter pool, which launches them towards the slippery slope.
At the top, they'll find the rolling mace, always good for a few splats.
And then it's a slippy slide down the impossible incline, followed by a steady step across the beastly battle axes.
The bridge of disaster then leads to the wavering warhead and the finish line.
You know, when you break it down like that, it sounds pretty much impossible.
Well, it's about to break down even more, because it's time to introduce the villains of the piece. Please look away now if you scare easily. Ah! I did warn you, defending the moat today is the archer with an appetite, Vane.
The chain-mailed mischief maker, Medivh. And...
Kookaburra.
The fun-fueled feather duster from Tianna.
Vane is fearless.
So we're ready for round 1. On Splatzookers, we have Kook and Medivh, and it's a sleepy Vane on the Aqualizer.
Here's attacker number 1, Tianna.
Watch and learn, boys.
So what are we about to learn?
That Tianna splats superbly.
Come on, Tianna, make your way, make your way. Come on, this my way. Show the boys what you got. Ow! Show him now.
Cardinal Laurie.
Do you know, I think Medivh just shouted Tianna into the moat.
Yes, but I think the rolling mace had something to do with it.
Tianna splat.
Tianna, who's your favourite defender?
Not you.
Well, that's just a terrible decision to make because I've got a loaded Splatzuka here.
Good point, Kook. Scuba!
Despite Kook getting her name wrong, I think Tianna should reconsider.
Let's try it again, Tianna. Who's your favourite defender?
You.
Yes! Great job. See, now you can go.
Well, she's a quick learner.
And a quick splatter.
That's her second one. So far, the rolling mace and the battle axes have proved tricky.
Yes, Tianna got round Kook, but can she get round this course?
You should have said the battle axes, then you would have been okay.
How will she do on the bridge?
Oh, Tijuana's here. I love Mexican food.
Her name's not Tijuana, it's Tianna.
And Tiana's about to take another trip. Wattle Ibis!
Watch and learn, she said. Well, I've watched her splat repeatedly and learned that she's not a Mexican city.
Is that all you got?
I got some of this.
I think I've learnt that Tianna is quite a fighter. She's splattered a lot, but now she's made it over the finish line in 6:04. Not bad.
Rice does not grow on the plains.
Wise words there from Brendan, our Michael Jackson fan. Ow! Who's bad?
Oh dear, this could be a long round.
I hear you like the king of pop, but you can call me the queen of splat.
That's funny, because Brendan just wants to be called the king of Splatalot.
Down the incline and wrong Kuma.
You need to reflect, okay? Look at the man in the mirror.
Ah, Kook's a Michael Jackson fan too.
No, he's just spotted the enormous mirror that's suddenly appeared on the course. 2 splats for the price of 1.
Oh, slippery.
Oh, Buffins McCaw! Ah, wait a minute, check this out. Brendan's not moonwalking, he's moat walking.
That is bad, but not in a good way. And so is that. Is that really the right way to defend the moat?
Back to Brendan at the wavering warhead, and he's looking good. But no, he's slipping and sliding like a smooth criminal.
That was bad.
Everything's just so bad. Come on.
But that time of 3:15 is good.
Hey, Brandon, do you have a bunch of less talented siblings too, or what's the deal?
I was Virgo.
Here's sparkly Stef. Wow, what a splatterpult.
She's actually an incredible 5.2 meters above the moat at this point.
Yeah, but not for long. See what I mean?
Hey, Medivh.
Yes.
I heard there's a big executive coming later, so be on your best behaviour.
What you say to me, Cookie?
A big executive.
Kookaburra's up to something. Kakariki!
Well, whoever they are, they're missing out on some superb splatting from Stef.
And she finishes with a time of 6:36. Here's Caleb.
Freedom! You want freedom? Ha ha! Consider me the statue of liberty.
Thanks, Medivh. And Caleb loses his footing.
Yes, he made a free choice. He decided he'd rather be in the moat than listen to any more of Medivh's jokes.
Very good job.
Kookaburra being nice, that's bound to put Caleb off. And it does cinnamon mutation.
Well, Caleb says he wants freedom, but he couldn't escape the clutches of the beastly battle axes. When it comes to splatting, they never fail to deliver.
That's how you splat.
He can't escape from Mediva either.
But Caleb's no longer a prisoner of the moat because he's finished.
Where's that exec? Getting tired.
Here comes thunder!
And here comes ketchup-hating Chloe.
I heard you hate catsup, is that right?
And I hear Mediva can't pronounce the word ketchup, is that right?
She's afraid of ketchup. Lucky for her, I only like mayo.
Well, the great mayonnaise ketchup debate comes to an end as Chloe finishes in 9:45.
Guys, it looks like the big executive is coming in. I might take a break.
He's definitely up to something.
Now, with 6 attackers going through and only 5 more to come, we can safely say that whoever's leading at the halfway mark is through to round 2.
Yeah, so let's check out the leaderboard to see who that is. It's Brendan with that impressive time of 3:15. Tianna, Caleb and Stef are all pretty close, but Chloe looks in trouble with that time of 9:45.
So, times under 6 minutes are what the next 5 attackers are after. That could be achievable.
But it also depends on what mood the defenders are in.
One thing for certain is the course itself, which is always in the mood for splatting.
So, before we get back to the action, what do you make of Kookaburra today?
What, you mean all this big executive nonsense?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? And even if the top boss of CBBC itself turned up, that isn't necessarily a bad thing.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not like I've done anything wrong.
What? But I have. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything.
What? Is that what other people are saying? You know, what are they saying?
Well, apparently, they think you could be a lot nicer to me. And you should be a little bit more spontaneous, you know.
More spontaneous? Yeah, I need to think about that.
Here, why not just pie yourself in the face?
What?
Don't think about it, just do it.
But
Be spontaneous. Do you want to keep your job or not? Brilliant. Here's the leaderboard again. Brendan's already through to the next round, but the others are going to have to sweat it out to see if their times are good enough. Mediva's back on Splatzuka, Vane has the Equalizer, and Kookaburra... Wait a minute. I think we're about to meet the big executive.
what?
Get her done!
Did you just make me pie myself for no reason?
Can't talk now, Dom. Tristan's on the course.
Hello, everybody. I'm the executive, but you can call me Wally.
Wally?
How appropriate.
How did he move so fastly?
Tristan impressing the executive with his bridge crossing skills.
Oh, wow, this kid's quick.
He grabs the pole and clears the moat with spontaneous ease.
I'm warning you.
And he's there in 1:33.
That kid was amazing.
Put him on!
Here's self-proclaimed genius Austin.
Yes! Austin, I hear you intelligent. Use a regular Eisenstein. E equals MC. Bam, baby!
More absolute nonsense from Mediva.
But Splatzuka does all the talking here. That paintball knocks Austin off the mace and into the smew.
He's back up, though.
Show me your intelligence.
More chat from Kookaburra and more splat from Austin. Goffin's cockatoo.
Well, he slid down the incline by the seat of his pants, and it doesn't take a self-proclaimed genius to work out why. Poor old Austin's lost his footwear after he fell off the mace.
Shouldn't have skipped gym class, champ.
Cook shouldn't have skipped charm school.
Now, how will Austin's bare feet cope on the battle axes?
Badly.
Well, you've got to feel sorry for him. This slippery course is practically impossible without shoes.
So, understandably, Austin pulls out and does not finish.
I will destroy this castle.
And Burpee Andrea flies like the...
But it don't sound like the alphabet.
Too much information from Mediva there.
Crimson Rosella.
Finally, an attacker after my own heart. A woman who belches.
And Andrea knocks the wind out of the defender's sails with an amazing 307.
Here's attacker 9, Kiyan, who says he gets scared easily.
Kiyan could well be in the wrong competition.
But it might just be a clever ploy to fool the defenders.
We ain't got all day.
Maybe not.
I ain't got the time, Tom. Come on. Move.
The thing is, Kiyan hasn't got the time either.
That's the slowest splat we've ever seen.
There's no point even slowing down the action replay.
Now you acting like you don't want the crowd. What's wrong?
Kiyan knows he's too slow, but I doubt he'll scare so easily after this brave effort.
Leon, I just got confirmation that this is a new Splatalot world record.
For the slowest time.
Congratulate yourself. Why don't you jump in the moat again?
It's a record, but not the one he wanted.
I wish I wasn't pink.
I'd have thought colour coordination would be the least of your problems right now, Mandy.
Our song-loving attacker's at the slope and is about to meet Mediva.
Really? Yes, I want to hear you sing. Mediva's a fierce singer, you know. Come on, girl.
Well, Mediva's hard on the ear at the best of times, but she was on song with that splat.
Hey, sing us a bar or two.
I want to hear you sing, Mandy.
Ooh, missy belly bath.
Mandy's out of tune with the maze and lands flat in the moat.
Onto the axes. Shekapara!
Well, the first step is often the hardest, as Mandy just proved.
But once again, she's on song when it comes to landing in the moat.
Sadly, 9:35 is not fast enough to qualify for the next round. Should have worn pink.
But she does end on a high note.
So through to round 2 are Tristan, Andrea, Brendan, Tianna, Caleb and Stef.
Excellent. What a splatty first round that was.
Ah, and Ditch the Dungeon promises to be just as messy.
Remember, this round determines who our finalists will be, so it's all to play for. Yes, we're about to lose 2 more attackers, leaving just 4 to battle it out in our spectacular nighttime final. What was that for?
Just being spontaneous.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist. I mean, I thought it was obvious that Kookaburra was up to something silly. I never thought you'd actually pie yourself in the face.
Well, I blame you entirely. And I will have revenge. Oh, yes. Yeah.
I can still hear you, you know. Anyway, I'm sure there's a bunch of people who'd like to get on with the tournament.
Yes. You're right. Let's get back to the game. Here's a reminder of the 6 remaining attackers who are about to ditch the dungeon.
We have Tristan, Andrea, Brendan, Tianna, Caleb and Stef.
Now, if you're new to Splatalot, then shame on you. Where have you been?
I think what he means is, if you're new to Splatalot, here's round 2 in more detail.
I know what I meant.
So in order to ditch the dungeon, the attackers have to break out of the stock market, cross the splat wall, and then make their way up the loathsome ladder.
Of course, they have to do all of this while fending off the defenders, who have all manner of slimy, grimy weapons.
Once at the top of the dungeon, they must claim one of 4 flags to secure their place in the final.
So 2 attackers won't make it.
But the ones who do won't have an easy time either, because they'll be up against 3 fresh defenders.
Fresh! Have you ever stood up next to one of them?
We have the baddie with moat breath, Thorn,
The fragrantly foul Fatale, and the soap-shy Scab!
who never showers.
We're gonna give you an education.
I have my high school equivalency.
Scab went to school?
So the attackers are in the stock market. They all look pretty positive, focused, and ready to go.
But that's pretty much how I describe the defenders, so this could be quite a contest.
And they're off. Once out of the stocks, they head to the gate, which they seem to be having trouble with.
It's a gate. You see that big lock on it?
And at last, it's open!
Ooh, not very bright, these attackers already.
Scab's angry.
Andrea, now don't swallow this, because if you do, it might make you belch. Fatale is here to teach you to be a lady.
Tristan, what's 9 plus 9?
What? Slime! Packle! Well, Scab did promise to educate the attackers.
Brandon, I heard you like Michael Jackson. Well, I bet you can't stop till you get enough.
Uchi Pock! Another big splat from Scab.
Brandon's a bit of a thriller, isn't he? You should beat it, Brandon.
Who'd have thought that Scab was a Michael Jackson fan?
Don't you mean Michael Splatson?
Not funny.
Andrea, if you burp the alphabet, we will let you get up to 3.
No.
I can't belch the alphabet, but I can say it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
It's Z.
It's Z.
It's Z.
It's Z.
No, it rhymes.
Only the defenders could have an argument over the alphabet.
Meanwhile, Thorn is sliming Tristan.
Yes, it's a full-on slime attack. After a slight delay, Tristan loses his grip and down he goes all the way to the moat. Musta Makara!
Luckily for him, Andrea was there to break his fall.
Incoming!
Uh-oh, Scab's on the multi-shot splatter batter.
The multi-shot splatter batter.
Yes, and that won't make life any easier for the attackers.
Thorn prefers a good old slime ball. See? Simple and effective. Just ask Tristan.
I would, but he looks a bit busy, especially if we make him do it again.
Yes, this is a splat to savor. Tristan slips and slides, trips up Tianna, slides some more, then finishes with a lovely 360 spin. Sometimes this is more of an art than a sport.
Get down from there! Yucky! Yucky!
Scab is seriously sliming Andrea, but she's hanging in there.
What is wrong with her?
She's not budging.
Just belching, and her bad manners are simply too much for the other attackers.
Here's a riddle for you all. What's large, green, and called the Ball of Doom? The Ball of Doom!
Bien, it's the Ball of Doom!
It's a rolling splatfest!
And it's coming our way!
Oh, no. Oh, dear, that's not good. What are we going to do now?
Okay, we're professional presenters. We must entertain at all times.
But how?
I know. Let's both pie ourselves in the face. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah.
How's that? for a knockout.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Thorn.
That was mean.
Hey, you did it to yourself.
What's wrong? What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong? Why can't you just move up?
Who's up for a game of poker, eh?
While the defenders are talking and talk, but the attackers are almost at the top. It's like the Ball of Doom has spurred them into action.
And it looks like Tristan is the first to break through. Yes, he claims the first flag.
But Andrea won't be joining him just yet.
Brendan looks like he could be the next one through, but Thorn holds him up, allowing Caleb to finish in second place.
And Brendan's down.
My stick!
Ah, this is good. Brendan's taken Thorn's pokey pike with him. That could help the other attackers.
So 2 flags have been claimed, meaning 2 remain.
And we have 3 attackers in contention. Scab tries to slow them down, but Andrea crosses the finish line.
Oh, and Tianna trips, which allows Stef to get there before her. How unlucky!
So Stef and Andrea go through, and Tianna misses out by the smallest of margins. Brendan won't be going through either.
Tristan celebrates, and so does Caleb.
No celebrating for poor Tianna, though, as she and Brendan take their slides of shame.
Yeah, have some of this, then. Have it.
Someone needs to tell Thorn to calm down.
He should save all that slide for the final.
Nobody mocks me!
No, he's wrong. Almost everyone I know mocks him.
He should let the finalists have their moment of glory.
Those finalists are Stef, Caleb, Tristan and Andrea, and they will be competing for the right to rule the kingdom of Splatalot.
But remember, they'll be competing for that right at night.
Yeah, it all adds to the drama. There's just something so exciting about the final taking place when it's way past my bedtime.
And when's that normally?
Well, it's never later than 7:30 on a school night.
You're all right then, my sleepy little friend, because this is a Splat night.
So, with the final just around the corner, it's time for a Splat Stat attack. Here's the Splat Stat hat. Hey!
Hey, what are you doing?
Being spontaneous.
Ooh! Stef has qualified last in both rounds, so might struggle in the final. Andrea has finished second and third so far, and Caleb is our most improved attacker with the 5th and 2nd to his name. But Tristan is the favourite, having finished first on both occasions.
Ugh.
Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I don't know, really. I have no idea. It just kind of... The words kind of came out of my mouth.
Gonna have to give it a wash now.
Well, that's rich coming from you, when you think having a shower is when the dog licks your face. Here's a reminder of today's finalists. We have Tristan, Andrea, Caleb, and Stef.
They're about to do battle with each other.
But they're also about to do battle with all 6 defenders.
They're a mixed bag of rage, mischief, nonsense, stupidity, ruthlessness, and tomfoolery.
And those are just their good points.
Here's the final round in all its flame-lit glory.
It starts with a trip across the Diamaya and the barrier of all barriers.
Then it's a totter over the terrifying T's which lead to the scary go-round.
Once on board, the attackers head over to the gruesome twosome.
They then have to make it past the clobbering cannons, head down the royal ramps, and leap onto the rock wall.
And whoever climbs to the top first will become our new ruler.
Thorn's looking dapper in his hat. Scab and Vane are having an awkward moment. Fatale and Medivh look focused. And Kookaburra is unusually silent on the equalizer.
The attackers look extremely confident. Stef's in pink, Andrea's in stripes, Caleb's in yellow and green, and Tristan's in red. And they're off. So the first challenge is the Diamaya.
Tristan's there first.
Tristan and Caleb attempt the barrier, and they're over.
Although Tristan lands slightly more gracefully than Caleb, which gives the favourite a slight lead.
Here he is at the gates, and look at him go! Fatale and Medivh don't even have time to react, and Tristan takes the tees in his stride.
Oh, no, he doesn't. The rules say he has to land on his feet.
What a shame. It's Caleb's turn now. At least I think it's Caleb. He's completely covered in Maya mud.
The water blast just misses him, but he's down. Well, at least he can wash that mud off while he's in there.
Doubt the moat's any cleaner than the Maya.
Steps on the tees. Barton in the beans!
The tees are terribly tricky tonight.
Terribly.
Prove us wrong, Andrea.
Go on. Oh.
She just jumped in.
Exactly, Medivh.
Tristan tries the tees again, and once more he crosses them with ease.
Plus, this time he makes his landing. He's on fire tonight.
Can Caleb match him? Well, he's much slower, but it's steady progress, and yes, he's over too.
Tristan's made it onto the scary go-round and is speedily heading over to the gruesome twosome.
Start splatting the news. I'm fogging today.
He certainly is. Tristan jumps into a cloud of vapor, but amazingly, he makes another landing.
Ladies, what are you doing? Hurry up and move!
You got the girl power, girls! Do it together! Andrea!
That didn't seem to help Andrea. How about Stef?
Well, that's better.
Yes, Stef succeeds on her tees, but has some catching up to do.
Now can the cannons slow Tristan down? He's teetering. And Slatix!
Finally, we found an obstacle he can't do. I was beginning to wonder if he was human.
You can call me chairman of the castle.
I haven't the foggiest what he's on about.
Neither has Caleb, as the fog restricts his view.
Straight down the middle.
The replay shows exactly what Thorn means. Caleb can't see clearly and falls right between the gruesome twosome.
Count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, bachelor's bump.
Splatters in the night. Exchanging goo grenade.
In case you're wondering, Thorn is a Frank Sinatra fan.
I wasn't.
Fair enough.
Hey!
Caleb on the cannons. Oh, and it's a clobbering.
Steph's now approaching the gruesome twosome, and she... Oh, that wasn't even a leap, was it?
Andrea's turn now, and... Oh, well, she just copied Stef.
Well, this is unusual.
Hey! Ladies first! You gotta wait!
This
I'm
is
a
even
true
more
gentleman.
unusual. Thorn's helping the attackers. Andrea even gives him a hug.
Surely not Scab as well.
No, of course not. Scab.
What's this? Scab's being attacked by a bee.
Which is the perfect opportunity for Andrea to get her own back.
Steph's there too. They both make it past the cannons and the bumbling defenders.
I understand you can't sleep without a nice glass of water. Here we go.
Cook unleashes the Aqualizer, but it doesn't stop Steph. She's onto the royal ramps.
And Andrea is about to join her.
Steph leaps, but no, it's too slippery.
At night, you can really see what a big part the Aqualizer has to play.
Have they forgotten they're supposed to be defending the kingdom?
Hey, guys, can I be part of this flat pack? Okay.
Oh dear. And that, folks, is the dictionary definition of awkward.
The defenders need to concentrate now, as Andrea's about to jump, and Caleb's not far behind.
Oh, Andrea doesn't jump, she splits.
If she's not careful, the others are going to use her as a bridge.
Coop turns up the water pressure, and he needs to. Tristan's now also on the ramps.
Now, can Andrea sort herself out? Yes, she can. She's onto the wall.
But Caleb and Tristan are ready to join her.
Caleb leaped, pinned and blew it.
Yes, in these wet conditions, it looks like Andrea had the right technique after all. But Tristan still decides to leap, and he's made it.
Well, he has made pretty much every leap he's tried today.
This is amazing. 2 attackers on the wall at the same time. It could not be closer. The defenders just look helpless.
And Tristan makes it over first. He reaches for the crown, and we have ourselves a new champion and ruler of Splatalot.
Are you kidding me?
The defenders are stunned.
So is Andrea.
Caleb at least had a go at the wall, and so did Stef. But Tristan is our new king.
That has to be one of the best finals ever. Each attacker had their chance, and 2 of them were in it till the bitter end.
You've got to feel sorry for Andrea, but Tristan never gave up and truly deserved the top prize.
But who's won the consolation prize?
Well, he's only gone and won that too. Yes, the splat of the day goes to Tristan in the second round.
Thorn sent him slipping, sliding and splatting into the moat. He even landed on his arch-rival Andrea. They've been inseparable all day.
Here's how Tristan became king. He started with a super fast trip round the moat.
Then in the dungeon, he was the first to grab a flag, making him the red-hot favourite for the final.
He nearly lost out to Andrea, but he dug deep and emerged our victorious new ruler. All hail King Tristan.
My first act as King of Splatalot is to have one of you thrown into this swamp. I wish I could do it to all of you, but tonight it'll be you, Scab.
Well, I'm not sure I agree. I thought Kookaburra was bad. Vane was terrible. And Medieval was full of nonsense. Well, then, of course, there was Thorn and Fatale.
That's all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's it for another splendid Splatalot. All that remains is the highly enjoyable moat ceremony, which this week takes place on the Scary Go Round.
Take it away, Scab. We'll have plenty more splats for you next time, so until then, keep splatting!